Welcome to Next Gen Leaders, a new Learn, Lead, Go podcast series that spotlights talented new and emerging leaders poised to launch their careers. Over the next 5 weeks, you will meet 5 rising stars eager to bring their unique skills to a deserving and impactful organization. Each episode features a different leader providing diverse perspectives and experiences as they show how their leadership and soft skills set them apart and prepare them to navigate the challenges and opportunities ahead. Proudly sponsored by Atard Leadership Academy, Next Gen Leaders is part of the Learn, Lead, Go podcast, which is deeply committed to nurturing the next wave of leadership talent. Your potential and growth are at the heart of what we do. Don't forget to subscribe today and stay connected with the future of leadership. By subscribing, you'll receive regular updates on new episodes, exclusive content, and the opportunity to engage with our community of aspiring leaders. Welcome to Next Gen Leaders. Today, I am excited to introduce Anna Faulkinbury, a dynamic professional with a master's of Science in Information and Communication Sciences and a Bachelor of Science in Graphic Communication Management. Anna's unique background combines project management, marketing, and event management with a strong foundation in IT and design. Known for her strategic and empathetic approach, Anna excels at bridging the gap between management and IT teams, ensuring smooth communication and collaboration. She has successfully led diverse projects using her creative problem-solving skills and persistence to achieve outstanding results. Anna is seeking new project management and marketing opportunities where she can apply her expertise to innovative and impactful projects. Anna, welcome to the show.
It is a pleasure to get this opportunity to talk to you, learn more about your aspirations, your goals. Our paths crossed, I think it was almost a couple of years ago when I was exploring a project through Ball State University, and you were a part of the team that was considering that project. And I am glad that our opportunity came about, that our paths could cross again and give you the opportunity to share your wonderful expertise and let our audience know a little bit more about you and what you're looking for as you enter into leadership. Can you share what inspired you to pursue your current field of study?
Yeah, absolutely. The funny thing is, I had no clue that I wanted to be in this field, which is project management revolving around sort of like a marketing IT type of thing. And I didn't know that I wanted to be in that initially. I came out of my undergraduate with a Bachelor of Science, and I didn't really know where I was going to go with it. And then my older brother was a part of this master's program called CICS, which is how I got introduced to it. I got into a project assistant role working under one of my previous amazing bosses, Desiree, and she was the one that kind of kicked me into gear, told me to apply for this, as well as my older brother. But that's how I got into the field. And then I realized in that project assistant role that I think there is a place for me in project management, but I need more experience to be able to get in there. So that's how I pursued my master's degree.
When I was listening to you talk, you have the marketing aspect of it. Can you share more about what it is that you'd like to explore in matching the two together?
Yeah, absolutely. With my role as a graduate assistant for CICS, I worked as the project manager of social media marketing, and there is like an entire area of marketing that revolves around social media and search engine optimization and things like that. And this was the first time that I was really thrown into a position where I had to learn those things. And I just became very interested in it, especially since AI is being introduced more and more into the working area. And it's changing the way that things were a couple of years ago. So now you have to do extensive research for search engine optimization, which is where if you have a blog or a website and say it's about education, then you're going to want to use keywords that have to do with education or what your blog is about, so that when you when somebody random is searching for education on Google, your website would be one of the first things to pop up because of those keywords. And it's the same thing with social media marketing. And I just think that that is so interesting. And there's a whole area for it now in project management. And that has to do a little bit with both marketing and the technical side of things, because you need to know what SEO is and you need to know how to use it, and the applications like Google Analytics or surveys that would be able to help you figure out what those keywords would be.
I love how you have honed in on what your niche is, and it will make individual organizations that are looking for someone like you, it'll make you easier to find and you will stand out. You also mentioned about AI and other forms of technology, which leads me to my next question. What is the one app or technology you can't live without, and why?
It's really simple, but I was introduced to this app called Trello, which is a project management software. I learned that it is incredibly easy to keep track of everything with this app because it gives you a dashboard and it helps you break everything down into steps and organize it by colored tabs or assigning it to different people that are working on your team. And then obviously there's the fun aspect too, where you can change the background, you can change the color scheme. But that is the one thing that I learned I absolutely need to keep track of quite literally everything.
You are the second person in the last 24 hours that has mentioned that app. And I was introduced to that several years ago, but I did not use it. And I am going to have to revisit it because, like I said before, 2 people in the last 24 hours have mentioned it, and I think it would be a benefit to me. So thank you so much for giving me that reminder.
Yeah, absolutely.
We think about current trends. There are a lot of them out there. What are some of the current trends in your field that excite you the most, and why?
AI is becoming very, very popular. And in one of the areas that it's really interesting to me is the predictive side of things. So after AI can look into like past analytics and trends that might be happening on your social media with engagement or how people are responding to the posts, it can then predict what you should post in the future, or it's going to predict the analytics that you might see on a post that you're about to send out. And it can tell you if it's going to be favored by people, what that demographic that's going to be responding to it might be, or the times that you should be posting. It can tell you when your specific account and content is at its peak so that you should be posting this at this time. And it's incredibly interesting to me, and it does make things easier because with marketing, not just with social media, there's a lot to it, and for one person, taking that workload, that specific tiny part of it is a major thing because you can stay on track with that, and then you can put your focus and energy into something else that needs to be done.
Is there a particular platform that you favor for that?
Not necessarily. So Google Analytics is great, but now it's becoming a very common thing for social media apps to have these types of analytics already embedded into their application. So LinkedIn has its own, and then Instagram, Facebook, Meta, those are all combined into one too. So you can access this just by having these accounts, or you can go out and you can find a third-party app.
That's good to know, and I can see how that would alleviate a lot of the stress and workload when you can use AI to generate that information for you and give you that statistical data.
Yeah, it is interesting. There's also other apps like Hootsuite, and those are third parties that I used to be experienced in during my undergraduate degree. And you can log into multiple forms of social media to be able to send out those mass posts. But I found that at least for the position that I was in, it was best if I just utilized the analytics that were already embedded into these applications because I had other marketing things that I was supposed to be paying attention to as well.
Excellent. That is really good insight. Thank you so much for sharing. We're nearing the end of our time together, but I wanted to ask you, what's the best advice you've received and how has it impacted your career?
There was one thing that really stuck out to me. The person that makes no mistakes is the one that is making the biggest mistake. And what that means to me is that the person that's not throwing themselves out of their comfort zone and allowing themselves to mess up or to make any mistake, they're not learning anything by staying in their comfort zone. And it seems like a very big thing in our culture right now that we want to find somebody for roles where they make absolutely no mistakes, as if they were as perfect as AI, that when they do it the first time, they get it right and they nail it. But we're not that. We are humans, and humans need to make mistakes for them to be able to grow as people. And hearing that, it made me feel better because a lot of people suffer from just thinking that they have, like, perfectionism. They think that they have to be perfect, and they think that they need to nail these things the first time with the first try. And if they don't nail that, they're not going to come back to it, and they're never going to try again. So hearing that, the quote, the person that makes no mistakes is making the biggest mistake, it makes me feel better about pushing myself out of my comfort zone and allowing myself to mess up, because I know that it's okay. It was the first time. I can go back. I can do it again until I get it right.
Anna, I love that concept, and I think it will serve you well throughout your career, because many times we get so caught up in our head thinking that it has to be perfect, and then we procrastinate waiting to prepare for it to be perfect, and that never happens, and we miss out on opportunities. I truly believe in my career, I transitioned from being the person who wanted to be a perfectionist to I will take every shot no matter how ugly that shot may be, because I can recover.
It's just so important that you get out of that comfort zone and try new things, because how else will you know what you are actually good at and what you love to do if you don't try first.
Thank you so much for joining me today. I have enjoyed our time together. And listeners, I want to invite you to please connect with Anna on LinkedIn. And I will also place her contact information in the comments section. Anna, thank you so much for your time. I look forward to our paths crossing again in the future.
Thank you so much, Janine.
Listeners, join us again as we explore the inspiring stories of tomorrow's leaders, offering a community of support, growth, and innovation. Proudly sponsored by Attard Leadership Academy, Next Gen Leaders is a part of the Learn, Lead, Go podcast, committed to nurturing the next wave of leadership talent.